It's a great way to end out the year, my friends. Things are looking really good for Donald Trump. There's no guarantee he wins. We're a year out from the election, but it's a good way to end the year. Cardi B slams Biden's war funding and says she will never endorse another president again. I will take it. Celebrities lined up to endorse Joe Biden, to endorse Hillary Clinton. They were people that I respect, that I saw posting videos on YouTube being like, oh, you got to vote for Hillary Clinton. I'm like, why? Why endorse any of these people? They all regret it. I kid you not. A large portion of these celebrities who endorsed Biden are coming out saying it was a mistake. That's incredible. Now, they ain't endorsing Donald Trump. Fine. But I'll tell you this. Behind the scenes, many of these people are voting for Trump and they're lying to you. And I don't respect them for this. I can understand why they're scared and they don't want to mention it. I'm willing to bet Cardi B votes Trump. We'll see. We'll see. But you want to know what's big? Is why Cardi B is slamming Joe Biden, but why are there people who are now going to vote for Donald Trump? I mean, look, the economy is bad. You've got, look, we went out to the grocery store the other day. We like to buy these salami packs. It is just slices of peppered salami. Okay. How much do you think it costs? I think it's like 20 pieces of salami. No. It's probably 30. It could be 40. Anyway, they're about yay big, right? How much do you think it cost? $12. $12. That's crazy. We would go and buy a bunch of these packs and we'd buy dip and then we'd be like, hey, we have snacks. We went to the grocery store the other day and I'm like, it's been a while since we bought this particular snack. And I was just like, whoa. Yeah, that's why. But take a look at this. Interactive polls, New York 2024. President Joe Biden, 46, Trump, 36. Now, when I first saw this, I thought to myself, okay, so what? I was like, wow, Joe Biden's beating Trump. Okay. Oh, it's New York. Oh, okay. So what? Joe Biden is beating Donald Trump in New York. Duh. Wait a minute. Wait, by 10 points. Wait a minute. New York is D plus 27. Joe Biden is beating Trump by 10 points in a D plus 27 state. Let me say that again. The expectation is that everything aside, it is up 27% Democrats. That means there is a massive swing towards Donald Trump and others. But wait, there's more. Now, you may be saying, whoa, holy crap, Tim. What? You're right. In a D plus 27, Biden being up by 10 points suggests he's actually down by 17 points. It gets better. What if I were to tell you it also oversampled Democrats? So one of the responses from the polls, let me see if I can find it here in the replies, pointed out that it's actually substantially worse than this because it was 50% of those surveyed were Democrat. We'll just give you the general numbers. 50% of those surveyed were Democrats, or like 48%, followed by like 24 and 22% Republican and independent. That means an oversampling of Democrats should give you more. So if it's a D plus 27, and 2-1, you're surveying Democrats, Joe Biden should be up by 40. Instead, it's 10. You know what this means? To be fair, the sampling might not matter that much because it is a D plus 27. They're probably trying to get, how many people here are Democrat, how many are Republican, and then match those who they ask based on this. It's probably worse. Joe Biden is probably doing even worse in New York than this says. We got a new one. Post Millennial says, big data poll. Trump would defeat Biden in PA, even in three-way race, including RFK. 39.9% of Pennsylvania voters said they would cast their ballot for Trump compared to 36 who said they'd vote for Biden and 7.7 said they'd vote for Kennedy. Now, the question is, who is Kennedy stealing the votes from? Because if you want to make the argument that Kennedy's stealing from Trump, then Trump is in for a landslide. If you want to make the argument that he's stealing from Joe Biden, well, then he's spiking the election and helping Donald Trump win. Pick one. Don't know, don't care. The fact is, the celebrity statements, Michael Rappaport, shout out, Michael, funny guy, saying that he actually would consider voting for Donald Trump. That is the bigger red flag. You give me all the polls in the world, but when the guy who makes a career of ranting to his camera about how he hates Donald Trump is now saying, I'm going to do it. Voting for Donald Trump is on the table. I'm like, wow. This is a big shift, my friends. I don't know what Joe Biden could do in the next year to save himself. Now let's entertain the idea that maybe the Democrats are going to pull in Gavin Newsom. I think that is a fair bet. I wonder what the odds are in Vegas. Can we make a bet on that in Vegas? I don't know. There's probably some way to do it. I guess just predict it. I don't recommend gambling. Okay, I'm just saying for myself. Gavin Newsom. Let's say Joe Biden bows out in whatever way possible. What can Gavin Newsom do to prove himself? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. The only option they have right now is not allowing Trump to run. There's a very real possibility they put him in prison. Do you think these Democrat jurisdictions are going to allow Donald Trump to be acquitted? Do you think a New York jury will acquit Trump? No. Well, I think the New York one is civil, but they're going to come after him. Do you think a federal D.C. area jury is going to? No. These liberals are going to convict Donald Trump. The question then becomes, what kind of imposition will he face? I also want to say I think it's all backfiring. You know, we talked about this last week. I said there is one thing Donald Trump could do that would guarantee his victory in a landslide. I don't know if I should say it on public YouTube, but I think I'll say it. It's whatever. Let me just say it this way. Whenever a politician faces a threat upon their life, their polling skyrockets. For whatever reason, don't ask me why. If Donald Trump's life really was in danger and these leftists actually went after him, he'd be unbeatable. The smartest thing any leftist could do is ignore Trump, let him do his thing, and just try and win traditionally. This is why I say to all of the people on the right and the left, violence is not the answer. It'll hurt your cause, no question. Black Lives Matter. Look at this. They were enjoying plus 50% net support. Or over 50%. It was at like 26% net support. Their approval rating was over 50%. Then the riots happened, the George Floyd riots, and it tanked. All of a sudden, everyone said, we don't like these guys anymore. And now they're lower than they've ever been. Amazing. Who'd have thought getting violent would piss people off? If right-wingers go out and cause problems, then these leftist politicians are going to see their support increase. Well, for several reasons. There's a sympathy factor, but a lot of these politicians would say, see, this is what we're fighting against. That's why I say, like to these leftists, man, if anything happens to Trump, he is going to win in a landslide. It's already bad. And the reason why I bring this up, they're desperate. With these kind of numbers, how could Donald Trump lose? So what are they going to do? Well, everyone keeps saying they're not going to let Trump be president. I think it was probably Alex Jones. I think it was Alex Jones said Trump, he fears they're going to try and take his life. Well, short of that, you know, you got to, it's a huge, nah. I'm not so convinced. I mean, there's a possibility, but let me just stress this way. If anyone did try to hurt Trump and did hurt Trump and they brought in Trump Jr. or, I don't know, Vivek, you're going to get Trump 2.0. It's going to be a landslide for whoever is next in line to be the heir to the MAGA throne. I got to tell you, man, things are looking good. Cardi B's roasting Eric Adams for brutal cuts to NYPD. Says crimes will go through the roof. There's no denying it right now, man. People are tired of the way things are. They're tired of the crime. I heard that in Brooklyn, a local borough, a district flipped Republican in New York City. I don't know enough about it. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but that's what someone said to me. I should check on it. My point is this, man. I was talking to my friend about this. I said, look, you get these uppity areas that are very nice and they have low crime. So the people who live there start voting for these reforms, being like, look, I don't see a lot of crime. Why are we putting people in jail like this? And then crime skyrockets and you go, oh, that's why we were doing it. They forgot. They forgot why they implemented these rules and these laws in the first place. The collapse results in people waking up and saying, you know what? That was a bad idea. So yeah, Eric Adams, because of immigration, is cutting resources to the NYPD. Crime is already skyrocketing. Costs are already up. I can't imagine people want to keep living this way. But there is one man, Donald Trump, far from perfect. But let's just admit it. 2019, the economy was great. And I'm not talking about mass spending. That was bad. But unemployment numbers were record lows across the board in the black community, in the Hispanic community in general. Who doesn't want that back? I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.